Mother Nature may not be ready for springtime weather yet, but most gardeners certainly are. If you're itching to get some new plants into the ground, we're going to show you some of the best perennials to add to your garden. Steve Sirls is here for the Perennial Plant Society. Yes. Always appreciate your good advice at this time of year.
Thank you. A cold and rainy day.
It is, yeah. I know, but it makes you just long for spring and for planting.
Really does.
So tell me about some of these beautiful things. Perennials, of course, the plants that will come back year after year.
Year after year. I've brought a couple of annuals, but most of these are perennials, and we'll start from this side over here. The one in the front is a ground cover, and it's called Chinese ginger, which is really something that not many people know about. And of course we have the honeysuckle here. This is a yellow one, and it's not invasive, so you don't have to worry about it.
And sometimes they really are, so you have to be careful.
Sometimes they are.
Yeah.
And one of my favorites back here is a grass, and it's called feathergrass.
That's
and
pretty.
It just waves in the wind, and nothing seems to bother it.
That's really nice. I love this salvia too.
This salvia is an annual.
Okay.
You have to plant it every year, but it gets really tall, and it has this wonderful pinkish red color, which is really great.
That's nice.
And of course, our grandmothers all had candy tuft, so we're still using it because it works so well in Tennessee.
I have some of this in my yard, and I didn't know what it was until you told me, but it's a really fun plant.
It's an Acorus, and it's one of my favorites because it lasts all winter long with little problems.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you like herbs in your garden, ones that are especially decorative are really nice.
This one attracts hummingbirds and different things because the bloom on it in the fall is red, and it's called pineapple sage, and this is the yellow variety, and it's just an exquisite plant in the fall.
That's really nice. I'm going to hold this one up so you can be sure to see this spectacular bloom.
Yeah.
I've never seen a peony like this.
This is an intersectional peony. They're sort of new to our world. And they're very popular now, so they're pretty expensive, but they're really worth every penny.
I think so too. Gosh, that's a spectacular bloom. We're getting into things that work well for shade, and while we're looking at some of these, tell me about the Plant Society's big sale that's happening tomorrow.
The sale starts tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and be there early because people will line up, rain or shine, snow or rain. I guess that's what it should be tomorrow. And it lasts till 1 o'clock. We have selected a room full of plants, most of them perennials. We have a lot of annuals too, and a lot of woody plants.
And the Plant Society folks are there to help you if you have questions about how things will grow in your garden?
We do. We try to help you design some of your gardens, and it's really a fun day.
Pick out a couple more things to tell us about real quick.
Well, let's talk about the heuchera on the end, or carabels.
Lime green right there.
And that one's called tiramisu, and it's one of my favorites. Again, in the wintertime, it really lasts and holds up.
And that's great in the shade.
And we've got to mention this hardy orchid. That is a native, and it's just a beautiful plant, especially planted in 6s or 7s. It's just a great color as well.
I love it. You're a wealth of knowledge. Thanks so much, Steve.
You're
Always
welcome.
appreciate having
Thank
you here.
you.
The plant sale is Saturday morning starting at 9 o'clock at the Fairgrounds, Nashville. They do line up early, so go early. Admission's free. Metro does charge $5 to park at the Fairgrounds. You can get a complete list of plants online at ppsmtn.org.
Thank you.